That looks painful. Ouch! The man next to me is one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. He's also got some of the best nicknames of all time. The excellence of execution. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. My throat's starting to hurt. He is the Hitman, Bret Hart, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back to sunny Toronto and warm Toronto compared to what you are reeling and dealing with in Calgary. There was a lot of snow.
Well, you know, we had a lot of snow, but when I left, it was really nice again.
Okay, good.
It's black and white every day. It's like, so you just get used to it.
Okay, so many of your fans have been tweeting in since we made the announcement. You are so loved, as you well know. Talk to us about what brings you to Toronto specifically today, something called the WWE Net Pak.
Well, I'm here to, speak about the WWE Network and all the great things that come from it. You know, it's such a great thing now. You can basically get the network, the wrestling, and you can just watch any pay-per-view or any match from just about any time,
So,
any era.
Any era?
Any era, any year. And all the future pay-per-views like WrestleManias and stuff are all part of the package. It's a really, for anyone that's a real wrestling fan, especially when they like to go back and watch the old stuff, which I like to do. I like to watch a lot of the old stuff, and I think it's great.
Does it seem like decades ago? I mean, how many titles? 5 WWE titles, 32 titles in total. Everyone says you really were the best there was. Who do you feel was your most worthy opponent? Who really gave you a run for the money in the ring?
Oh, I had lots of great opponents. But I think the guys that stand out that I remember the most today are probably Undertaker and Steve Austin are two guys that stand out. You know, Shawn Michaels was a guy that I had a lot of bad blood with, but we had some phenomenal matches together. And I think the Iron Man match I had with him was probably one of the best matches of all time.
Absolutely. And people loved you, people that love to hate you. That's the way the whole thing goes. Did you prefer being the good guy, or did you like getting a bit of the venom as well?
Well, you know, when I was a good bad guy, and there's a lot of things that go into riling up your audience. And you know, I had that U.S.-Canada thing back in the 90s that was pretty intense.
You would smack talk the States quite a bit. They weren't happy.
Yeah, that's a big red button that you should never push.
Yeah.
You know.
Who's the Canadian kid think he is, right?
I just buzzed it until they chased me down the highway with pitchforks and shotguns and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, that's not terrifying.
It was a scary job being that kind of a bad guy.
How did your dad prep you for all this? Of course, the dungeon is infamous. In the Hart House, the original Hart House, before there was a TV show called the Hart House in Calgary. Dozens of people came in and trained and became stars like yourself. What was it about that dungeon? I mean, did he just work you to the bone? What was it like?
Well, once you could crawl out of the dungeon on your hands and knees, it was downhill after that.
You were ready.
You were ready for whatever the wrestling industry could throw at you. It was handleable. You could handle it.
Wow. So truly trained you like a gladiator.
Yeah, my dad was really good. You know, the things that my dad taught. I mean, my dad taught a lot of wrestlers, but he came from a different era. You know, where wrestling was a little different, and he was big into submission holds, more like MMA stuff. And the pro wrestling that I got into was a lot different than what my dad was doing, and so there's a lot of differences. But the knowledge that my dad gave me always intertwined with what I was learning, the new stuff I was learning. So yeah. My wrestling style always had a lot of real wrestling in it.
And it resonates to this day. That's why you are a legend. And you could watch him in the glory heydays, when he was a good guy, when he was a good bad guy, by checking it out, WWE Net Pak. I just have to get to this before we go. So the Simpsons, they're celebrating their 25-year anniversary by creating action figurines. You, being one of the episodes, have your own Simpsons action figure, Hitman figurine. Is this like the ultimate for you? You're immortalized with this.
It's a pretty nice tribute. I take it as a huge compliment, and I know that they told me that my doll was selling the best.
Well, there you go. Why wouldn't it? Hello, pick it up, everybody. Get it while it's hot.
Beating Stephen Hawking's right now. So
take that, Stephen Hawking. He's still got it. For more information, at Bret Hart. I love that. I want to get one of those.